So Tudor just launched another Black Bay 58. Yep, it's 2021 and this is the third Black Bay 58 we've seen so far this year from Tudor. But it's different. It's quite different. It's the Black Bay 58 bronze, but that's not the main factor. The main factor is that it's got a matching bracelet. Let's get into it. So 2021 has been a very busy year for Tudor. We had the Tudor Black Bay Chrono, which was received really well with the black and white dial variants. And then we had the 925 Silver Black Bay, along with the solid 18 karat gold Black Bay 58. Now, the 925 was about 4.5 grand, the solid gold was about 16 grand. So a very different market there. But now we've got the Black Bay 58 bronze. Now, another watch I didn't mention is the Black Bay Black Ceramic in 41mm with Metas, but that's a completely different watch. I don't think the same person would consider buying the Black Bay 58 and the Metas one. So if this is your first time seeing me or this channel, check out the other videos and do consider subscribing. Now, the Black Bay in bronze is not entirely a new idea for Tudor. Now, a couple years prior, Tudor did launch a Black Bay bronze, but that was 43mm and it didn't have a matching bracelet. So this is not the same watch redone. It's different and there's actually more to it. Now, I don't know if you agree, but I really do think that Tudor needs to streamline their releases. They've got too many all over the place. It's a bit odd. It's as if they're coming up with new ideas every month and they're able to release these new ideas in watches 3 months from the time they came up with the idea. And I don't know if that's their new marketing strategy or what, but so far until 2021, we really never saw that from Tudor. In fact, in 2020, there was the really hot Blue Bay 58 release, and that was received extremely well. But this time in 2021, we've got so many new additions to the Black Bay 58 lineup. Now, it's getting a bit much, honestly, because they're kind of going to the Royal Oak territory where there's one watch that really controls the entire brand. And we do have the chronograph, which is good for Tudor as a brand, but I think they're relying way too much on the Black Bay lineup. So now on to the Black Bay bronze. Is it hot or not? Well, I'm going to give you my opinion, so this is not a blanket statement, and it shouldn't really influence yours. But here's what I think. It's not. And here's why. I'm really not a fan of bronze in watches. I don't care for that patina, and I think most watch enthusiasts kind of agree with that as well. There's a small section of watch enthusiasts that really like the bronze patina aspect, hence even Oris has their candy variations of the bronze Diver 65. But I'm not in that cohort. I really don't like that oxidation and change of color with bronze. So I personally wouldn't get a bronze watch. Now that said, I do still think that Tudor kind of nailed this release for a bronze watch. They finally gave one of their non-steel watches a matching bracelet. Up until now, the only metal bracelet you could get from Tudor is the steel one. And that only came on the steel watches. So they've had many editions. They had the Bouchera edition, they had the Tudor Black Bay bronze, and all the watches that were not stainless steel in case didn't come with a matching bracelet. Now, this is particularly important when you think about the other releases from 2021 in the Black Bay 58 lineup. So the 925 and the 18 karat gold one. They didn't have a matching bracelet on the 925, and I think that's a shame. I think a lot of people who would have gone for the 925 didn't consider it just because of that factor. Because when you go precious metal, you kind of want to go all out. There's no point in just making a part of the watch precious metal and the rest not. Now, if it's a dress watch and not a diver, I could understand that. But in this case, it really doesn't work too well. It's kind of like they wanted to reserve bits for the next watch instead of fully putting everything they had into one watch. Now, that's further proved by the fact that they chose to release their interpretation of the glide lock styled micro adjustment on this bronze watch. So I'm 100% sure that this watch is not going to be more popular than the stainless steel Black Bay, whether the blue or the black. So ideally, they should have really put this mechanism in that watch first, in the stainless steel variants first. And that's where everyone really wants this mechanism as well. I don't know if they're going to go and do this going forward, but it's really odd that they chose to release this mechanism on this watch. It's kind of like they had a feeling that not that many people would want this bronze watch, so they had to make it that little extra bit more appealing. And that's odd. Now, the great thing about this watch, like I mentioned, is the bracelet. And with the 925, they didn't offer it, and with the solid gold one, of course, they didn't. But when you're paying 16 grand for a solid gold Black Bay, I think you can pay 10 grand more for a matching bracelet. And with the 925, it almost seems as if they were worried about the tarnishing issues, and so they decided to limit the amount of silver they used by not having the bracelet. Now onto the dial. The dial is not all that new because in the previous Black Bay bronze we did see a shade of brown. I'm not sure if this is the exact same because I haven't seen the watch in person, but it's a really nice matching color. Now it really complements the bronze case and bracelet because when this watch patinas, it will get closer to the brown of the dial. So there won't be that stark contrast between the dial and the rest of the watch, which would in a way cheapen the patina, but in this case, I think it would go well together. Personally, I'm not that crazy about brown dials but I can understand their decision to use that. So overall, the Black Bay 58 bronze is Tudor's best effort put into a watch. So I think they put everything they had into this one. But I think it's the wrong watch that they chose to do this. I really think they should have updated the steel lineup with that new glide lock styled micro adjust, but they chose to do it here, which kind of baffles me. If you love this piece, then let me know in the comments exactly why and whether you're a big fan of bronze and the patina aspect to it or not. I'd like to know why people really like bronze watches. So that's it. See you guys in the next video. Cheers.